We hear in the Gospel this third Sunday of Easter a very familiar story. Jesus and his disciples eating breakfast on the seashore. The disciples went out fishing and couldn't catch anything. A voice from the seashore calls out for them to cast over the right side of the boat. Their catch wound up being enormous, so much so that they couldn't put it in the net. This is a similar story that we heard back in ordinary time when Jesus calls Peter and the rest of the disciples to follow him. Though they did not recognize Jesus at his command, they certainly did so after hauling in the fish. They raced to him to enjoy breakfast. And we know that 3 times Jesus asks Peter, "Do you love me?" And Peter says yes, each time. But then Jesus gives Peter a command of a different kind of work. Feed and tend my sheep. Work is something that is very important for all of us. Work is central to our existence. We earn a living in order to provide the basic necessities of life. Home, food, clothing, so on and so on. Work can be social. Most of us work side by side with someone else. Work admittedly can sometimes be a bit of a grind, maybe a bit boring, or maybe repetitious, maybe even dangerous. But all work needs to be respected. We need to recognize the dignity of work and the rights of workers. Dignity of work is one of the themes of Catholic social teaching, which is, as I've said many times, it is church teaching. One interesting note, piece of trivia for you regarding the word liturgy. It derives actually from the Greek word liturgia, which roughly translates to the work of the people. Christians since the 2nd century have used the word liturgy to describe their worship, and we still do so today, mindful of the original meaning of the word. Liturgy is indeed work. It is God working through the work of the people. God's work and our work converge when we celebrate the sacraments, gather to pray, gather to worship. We can see, hear, touch, taste, smell the work of our liturgy when we are at Mass together, worshiping. As the book Liturgy and Discipleship says, these experiences draw us into the work of God, joined together with our own. There we encounter the sacred presence and discover meaning for our lives. At Mass this weekend, offer an extra prayer for the work you do, the work each of us does, and how it builds the kingdom of God today and every day. Until next week, peace and blessings.